Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. So today we are doing a special video called What Will Their Karma Be? And so essentially this is for anyone who has been hurt in any way. That could be maybe you were bullied as a child, maybe you were cheated on, maybe you had a really bad breakup or a really awful situation at work where people were just not acting in integrity and left you very hurt. It could be in friendships, it could be in family. So this is not focused on any kind of relationship, it's for anyone who has been hurt. And I do want to say that the focus of this video is not on revenge. Like, we're not finding out what their karma is going to be so that you can get revenge on them, because that's not what karma is. Karma is just the equal and opposite reaction of what you have put out into the world. So, you know, if you've done bad things, you're going to get that coming back to you. If you've done good things, you're going to get that coming back to you. And so I want the focus of this video to be helping you find peace and move forward from that situation, helping you to heal. So we're not just picking a card pile today, we're also picking a gnome, because each of the gnomes is just going to give you one card, and that is from the Isis Oracle deck. It's a beautiful deck that I don't often use for other people. I normally just use it for myself, but they have really powerful healing messages. So basically the card piles are going to say, what is that person's karma going to be? And then when you pick a gnome, that will give you a healing message to help you move forward. And I'll be reading from the guidebook as well, because I love Alana Fairchild's decks. So we are not here to come at this from ego and from a place of hatred or revenge. We're looking at this to help us find peace and to help us on our healing journeys. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who is supporting me on Patreon, including Alex, Kat, Alexandra and Ashley. Thank you so much for your support. And if you want to help out the channel, if you want to become a patron, the link to my Patreon page is in the description box. I also have an Amazon wish list of decks I would really love to get. If anyone is feeling generous enough to send me one, please email me and let me know, or leave a message in the comments section so that I know, because I can tell you where to send it. There's been some situations with postage recently where we've just had to divert post. Anyone who wants to leave a tip for this reading or a small donation to the channel, that is very welcome, and there is a PayPal link for you to do that in the description box. There's also the link to my Etsy shop for anyone who wants to book a private reading. Please remember to leave your name and the names of anyone else involved in your question, as well as your actual question and your email address when you book a reading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what's on each of the piles. So on pile 1 we've got this orange, and these all came from these big candles that I've been using. So this says orange, and they still smell a bit like the candles as well, although I don't think that they are scented. I think it just came from the wax of the candle. So this is also orange, but it's got like some, what is it called? Is it vanilla sticks? It's got like these vanilla or cinnamon sticks, I'm not sure which one it is. And pile 3 has cherry, and that's from the candle that I've just started burning. So you can take as much time as you need and just think about the person, or maybe it's multiple people and you want to pick more than one pile, and you know, think about what they did and just say, okay, what is their karma going to be? What is their return karma going to look like? Like, what form is that going to take for them? So you can go by the little thing that I've put on each pile, or you can go by the cards, but I would say choose intuitively rather than by sight. Like, don't choose whichever fruit you like the best, choose which one you're really feeling drawn to. And then we're also going to pick a gnome. So we've got Gismund, which is Gnome A, so I'll put their names but also their order in the description box and in the comments section. Then we've got Gunvald, who is Gnome B, and they have like a fluffy starry hat, and then these two have a knitted hat. This is Geir. And Gjord. So the gnomes will give you a healing message to round off your reading and to help you as you move forward. So take as much time as you need, and I'm going to start with card pile number 1. Hey there everyone who picked pile 1 with this this little candle thing that says orange. This is your reading. So this is going to give you like the main bulk of your reading, and then don't forget to get your healing message as well, because I think that's equally important. So I'm going to look at the tarot cards first, and all of my decks are written in the description box for anyone who's interested in any of them. So we've got the Emperor here. The Seven of Swords. And the Knight of Swords. Okay, so we're finding out what form this person's karma is going to take, this person who hurt you. I see there being some situation with deception here for them, so I don't know if they have cheated on you or if they are currently cheating on someone or doing any kind of like shady business. Like it might not be relationship related, it could be to do with, I don't know, something illegal like dealing drugs, money laundering. But it seems like that truth of what they're doing is going to come to light, and they're going to get into like serious trouble for that, because I'm seeing the Emperor, who stands for authority figures. And so if they are doing something that's actually illegal, I see them potentially facing prosecution for that, or certainly some kind of authoritative repercussions for that because of truths coming out. I think it's possible that they may also get cheated on in the future in a relationship. But I definitely see them being confronted with a very dirty truth about something that they've been doing, and it's not going to be fun for them. Like that Emperor, he is a very stern, and I can't even pick it up. He's a very stern character who is not going to look upon this person kindly. So maybe he will, I'm saying he, it could be a woman, it could be more than one person. Maybe they will have something revealed to their family. You know, I'm looking at that authority figure and I'm wondering, is that going to be like a parent figure or a grandparent figure that is going to be very angry or disappointed with them because of something that they've done, and that's going to have big repercussions for them. But I'm just seeing this person here who is carrying like this sense of deception and betrayal, who is, you know, crouched over and he's got his head on his knees. So there's definitely some issue that's coming to light regarding deception or some kind of dubious dealings. So let's look at these inner child cards. So we've got Ace of Crystals, and I love this little gnome that's on this card. It's so cute. And Four of Wands. Yeah, so there's something to do with stability and harmony being shaken up. So that Four of Wands always to me is about harmony in the community. So that can be with your close family and friends. It can be like more widely. If you're in a minority community, for example, and everyone kind of knows what's going on. Ace of Crystals is also about that stability, and I'm wondering also if it's going to have an impact on their finances. Like maybe if they are doing something that is dodgy or illegal and they own their own business, for example, that people are going to stop coming to them for business. Or if they are employed and they might get put under investigation, or they might even lose their job because of whatever they've done. There's something that they're doing that is not advisable. And for some of you, this will just be a relationship situation where they're cheating on someone, or they have like a secret double life with someone else, and that's going to come to light, and they're going to lose that stability in their home and in their relationship, because I'm seeing this also as being like family related. But for some of them, it will impact their job as well, their coin. So we've got two Les Vampire Oracle cards as well. We've got Ecstasy, which says yielding, rapture, and bliss, and that's number 27, if that has a meaning for any of you. And we've also got Jealousy, envy, punishment, changing course, and that's 26. And I don't know if you can see this very well in the camera, but this is a Lamia. So her legs stop here and it becomes like a snake's tail. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here is that some of these people do have a substance problem, whether that's alcohol, whether it's drugs or something else, maybe smoking. Maybe they spend a lot of money impulsively, maybe they have an addiction to sex or something else, but it feels like they are going to be overindulging in something, and then that's going to have negative repercussions for them, and maybe, you know, they are hiding that. I feel like this is also saying like they think they've got away with it, like with this ecstasy and rapture and bliss. It's like they think that they are having a great life right now and that they have got away with doing whatever they've done to you. And maybe you even feel like that as well. Like you look at them and you think, well, it's so unfair that they've got this perfect life, or they were awful to me and they've got like this lovely family and a great job or whatever. But I feel like it's going to hit them a little bit later and it's going to kind of catch them unawares. And this jealousy, envy, punishment, changing course, it's also making me think that maybe this person will be cheated on in the future. Like this feeling of, well, especially if that's what they've done to you, like, well, now it's happening to me and I didn't see that coming. Really interesting. So I've also got just one Dixit card. I think it was another group that got 2 of these. And these aren't actually oracle cards. I just used them as oracle cards. Okay, so there's no guidebook or anything because they're not oracle cards, but you can see this snowman is in the bright sunlight and is slowly melting into a puddle. So basically what I'm going to say here is that this person's time is running out. If they think they've got this perfect happy life with the perfect family or the perfect job security or the perfect relationship, that's going to come tumbling down quite soon. Like whether that's a few weeks or a few months, maybe it's an entire year, but basically their time is limited, is what this is saying. Like it's going to catch up to them. It's coming. Maybe it will be around winter time with that kind of winter into spring feeling. And then I've also got a wisdom of the oracle card. Whoa. Yeah, truth be told. Truth be told was number 14 there. Yep, some truths are going to come out, and I like that this owl is standing on this mask, you know, unmasking someone, showing the world who this person really is and forcing them to face those repercussions. So I'm going to put some charms on top now, group 1. You might want to turn down the volume a bit if you have it on loud or if you're wearing headphones. So group 1. What's this person's negative karma going to be for hurting you? Okay, so we've got some initials here. We've got Q. Ooh, turn that around. Q. And P. V. And T. Okay, quite a few initials. Q, V, P, and T. Also, I want to say when I get Q, I think of question. So a question being answered or a question mark being raised over something. So those initials might have a meaning for you as a word, a first name, a surname, a place, a company, you know, anything to do with this situation. But don't worry if it doesn't, it might only be for certain people. Whoa, that's so interesting. So look, on this card where I said it might happen in winter, we've got Father Christmas. And that's one of my symbols for winter time. So I feel like it might catch up to them. This karma might catch up with them in winter. And this snowman has an umbrella over him, and there's an umbrella that's landed just next to that card. That is so crazy. So my umbrella is a symbol of protection for me. You know, you're putting the umbrella up to stop the rain getting to you, but it's like saying that is limited. Like this protection that they seem to have right now, this charmed life that they might seem to be living, is limited. It's not going to last much longer. So we've got the 6 of Wands here. So good news is on its way. Positive times are coming as far as you're concerned. Yeah, we've also got this protective hand. So I feel like you've been thinking that this person has like completely got away with it, or that this person has been maybe even living a better life than you up until now. And you've been feeling that it's really unfair. And I'm just telling you that the tide is going to turn, because it says here changing course. You know, the course is going to change. Oh my God, we've also got the steering wheel. And when I get that, I think of the tide is going to change as well. Like you're changing the course that you're on, you're turning round. That's so crazy. So we've got the helmet as well. So when I get this, I think, well, they're in for a tough time. They've got to put on that helmet. And this says property of Davy Jones. It's the treasure map, but it kind of was turned around that way. So I wonder if this person's even been stealing. or embezzling money or something like that. It feels like there has been some messing around with something that's not theirs. Maybe that's to do with cheating as well, I don't know. But it feels like they're going to get some comeuppance, possibly from a male character. So if they're a guy who's been cheating with someone else's wife or girlfriend, then I think that they're going to get some comeuppance from that guy as well. That might resonate for some of you. So we've got trustworthy here, which is the Taurus charm, so that may be this person's sign. But when I see the trustworthy charm, it's making me think that maybe a lot of people don't know what this person is actually like, and they're going to realize that actually they're not this great person that everyone thinks they are. Got the muffin, which is about self-care, treating yourself, indulging yourself. And that's what I get the feeling from with this. Like, this person's been overindulging in something. They've just been doing whatever they want to do, regardless of the consequences it has for anyone else. And look, the word enough. Yeah, like the universe is saying enough of that. That has to stop now. This person needs to get their comeuppance. Also got the hair. The hair for me is a symbol of abundance and also of fertility. So that might also tie in that they've been like doing really well at work, or they just seem to have everything they need. Got this starfish here, which is about healing. So definitely important that you get your healing message. And the star. So that's nice that we've got a star and the starfish. Star is also a symbol of healing, and it's saying have faith, have hope, be optimistic. Also with that trustworthy charm, like trust that this is going to happen. Just detach from it and let it unfold. It's not for you to force onto this person their negative karma. That's for the universe to take care of. Also got the love and relationships ball, so I do wonder if this person's relationship is going to sour. Like I said, I wonder if they are going to be cheated on. We've got the bird cage, makes me think of someone feeling trapped, feeling like they can't escape the situation. They might have an Irish connection in their name or surname or their family history. And this is also making me think that they've seemed to have a run of good luck, and that's about to change. And also this chair standing for the household, the family, that stability is about to disappear for them. So let's get your dice on top now before you go and choose your gnome. So we're rolling dice set number 3. That's my mystery dice. These ones. And how many am I going to roll for group number 1? 2. Okay, so the reason I do that if you're new to my channel is because I don't want to roll all 9 dice in one set if only 2 of them are going to have a meaning for you, because then it's just going to be, you know, not helpful, and it's going to be confusing as well. But also I like to use a lot of different techniques for divination to make the whole thing more complete. I would love to get some rune stones in the future as well and learn how to read those. Can you imagine? We'll just, if I use all of these different things, we're going to be here for like an entire hour just doing one reading. So group number 1, what is the karma going to be for this person who's hurt you? Whoa, that's so weird, because I was looking at them in the box and I was like, I just feel like that one's going to come out on that exact image. That's so strange. But yeah, we've got the safe here. So it's going to affect their finances and their security just in general. Like they're going to feel their life has become less stable. And then with this movie reel, this just makes me think of things going round and round and round. Like it's going to be a perpetuating cycle. Like they feel like they've had this run of good luck, or that things have been going really well, and now they're going to get into this cycle of stuff happening that they really don't want to happen. So that's what's going to happen for this person. I feel like it might happen around winter, springtime for them. So don't worry if you're watching this when I'm posting, which is summer already, can't believe it. And, you know, if you're watching it around this time and you feel like you're not seeing any change to this person's lifestyle, don't worry. Just detach, breathe, let the universe take care of it. It's not your place to push that onto them. The universe will deal with it. And now it's time for you to deal with moving on. So if you haven't chosen a gnome already, just go back to the start of the video and choose one. But if you have chosen and you remember his name or what number he is, then just go to the comments box or the description box and jump to that now, because I'm going to move on to pile number 2. Bye-bye. Hey there everyone who picked group number 2 with, this is also the orange thing, but it doesn't say orange and it has these little, I think they're cinnamon sticks on the side. This is your reading, or kind of the main bulk of your reading. So let's take a look and see what this person's karma is going to be, how it's going to manifest. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using in any of my videos, they're always listed at the bottom of the description box. So we've got the 6 of Pentacles, the Devil, and the 2 of Cups. So I'm seeing Capricorn's energy here straight away. That might resonate with you, but don't worry if it doesn't. Yeah, so I'm seeing this is going to be affecting their finances and their relationships. So what I'm seeing first of all is the 6 of Pentacles. I think this person is going to be either looked over for promotion in favor of someone else, or they are going to just experience a cut in their wealth, in their abundance, in their finances. And then with the Devil and the 2 of Cups, I feel like they're going to get into a situation romantically where they are like obsessed with someone and this person just doesn't feel the same way, or they are like totally like obsessed with someone and they get into a relationship with this person who turns out to be very manipulative, very controlling, and just kind of bad news for this person's mental health. So I see them getting into a relationship situation which is not healthy. Like that Devil is just making me think obsession, honestly. It could be like a lust-based relationship, but I'm just seeing obsession. And the 6 of Pentacles, finances. Let's see what the oracle cards have to say. And I like kind of doing it like this, where I don't pull out all the cards straight away, because I want to see if the cards back me up. Because when you get tarot cards, they can be quite general in a way, and then the oracle cards, they always back me up. It's incredible. And I don't look at them beforehand. So this is also tarot. These are the inner child cards, and this is Judgment and the 3 little pigs. So we can see the big bad wolf is on top, and the pigs are calling for him to come in because he's been trying to get into their houses to eat them, and he's going to fall straight down that chimney into this pot of boiling water and he's going to die. And we've got the Tower as well, which is Rapunzel in this deck. So really interesting. Yeah, some big changes are coming for them. I mean, Judgment is literally the card of karma. It's the card of getting your just desserts. So there's going to be a big change with that Tower. Things are going to come crashing down for them. They are going to experience quite a significant shift in their luck and in their karma. I wonder if this person's actually done something quite serious to you, because this to me is like alarm bells ringing, like this person is really in for a bad time. Let's look at your lay vampire oracle cards. Everyone got 2 this time, I think. I was looking for 1 and I think everyone got 2. Whoa, so we've got thirst, craving, compulsion, obsession. So what was I saying about obsession? And this is number 21, if that has any meaning for you. But yeah, I feel like they're going to become like obsessed with someone. Creator, catalyst, maker, mother, father. I like this little deer that's in here as well. This is number 9. So it's bringing me back to the Hermit. But I'm being drawn to this word catalyst. Like I feel this situation where they get really infatuated with someone is going to be the catalyst for a lot of stuff going wrong in their life. It's almost like maybe they neglect their work because of it. Maybe they neglect their family as well, because we've got mother and father here. So possible issues with their parents or with the divine masculine and feminine within themselves. It really feels like this is going to be the shift that causes them to make some really terrible decisions. And honestly, with the Tower and that Judgment card together, it just feels like this is their downfall, like a spectacular fall from grace. Let's look at these cards. So you've got 2 Dixit cards. These aren't actually oracle cards. They're from a game, but I use them as oracle cards, so there's no guidebook or anything. Okay, so we've got this picture. There's these vegetables in this land of sweets and they look really out of their depth. And so whenever I see this card, I think of someone who's overwhelmed. I think of someone who's kind of suddenly been plunged into a world or a situation that they just can't relate to and they don't know how to get out of it. And then we've also got this pirate. Okay, so yeah, I have my own meaning for this one as well. So he's reached the X marks the spot and it's on this like metal thing. There's no way he can dig through that. So when I get here, I think of someone who has reached a certain point in life or in their goals and suddenly it's turned out to be a lot harder than they thought it would be. Like maybe they, for example, thought that they would write a book and they start writing and suddenly it's like 1,000 times harder than they ever thought it would. So it's like this person's going to be faced with a lot of difficulty and they're going to feel really out of their depth and unable to actually improve their situation. And your wisdom of the oracle card today is imagine, number 20. Yeah, so this feeling of like they can't even picture how much their life is going to change. Just feels like you, oh, that's interesting, you got 20 and 20. Maybe that has meaning for you, but this is just like they and you also can't even imagine how much things are going to change for them because it's going to be pretty serious, I think. Like it will be different for everyone, but I see them getting into a very damaging relationship. I see them being possibly alienated from their family or having big arguments with their family. And I also see them taking a cut financially or in their career, possibly. I don't feel like it's losing a job, but it very much could be. There's a big change coming up here. So let's put your charms on top. So if you have the volume on loud or if you're wearing headphones, you might want to turn the volume down now. So pile 2, this person who's hurt you, what is their karma going to be for doing that? What form is that karma going to take? Okay, so I can see that's just a little bit of broken thing that I'll take away. So initials, firstly, we've got Z, we've got X, and we've got B. So that could have a meaning for you as someone's name, surname, a place name, or we've also got Y that I'm just throwing on the table. Y. It could just be a word for you. When I get the X charm, I do wonder if this is someone's like ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend or ex-spouse. And I've noticed actually that you do have a lot of X's on the cards. Like there's XV there for the devil. There's 2 X's there. There's XVI there for the tower. And there's also, that's crazy, there's Capricorn there as well. And we've got Capricorn energy with the devil. So a lot of you are dealing with a Capricorn or you are a Capricorn. There's also the lion, so Leo. Leo represented there, but also the lion makes me think of pride, and that's something that Capricorns have in buckets. Like they have plenty of pride. So this person, their pride is going to take a knock, I feel, or maybe it's their pride that stops them from changing their situation for the better, and so they end up stuck in this situation, because I'm seeing the spider's web and I can't pick it up with my nails, but this is one of my symbols for being trapped, feeling stuck in a situation, like you can't move forward, you can't change anything. There's also this charm, which really doesn't come out often because it's so tiny, and this is my card for risk-taking and gambling. So maybe that's what's going to be the problem here with the 6 of Pentacles, is going to be gambling their money away, because, you know, the devil, it talks about addictions when it comes to love. It talks about, as I said, sex addictions, addictions to substances like alcohol, drug taking, nicotine. But it also is addictions like gambling, addictions like spending all your money at once when you get it at payday and then having nothing or very little to actually tide you over. So a lot of you are dealing with a gambler or someone who has problems with how they spend their money. Maybe they're in debt as well. And there's this crocodile here, which is talking about there being a toxic person in their life, someone who wants to bring them down. And there's the dolphin there. So it's possible that they think this person is a friend or a lover, as I said, like someone that's very close to them. And they're actually, whether they mean to be or not, they're going to kind of contribute to this person's downfall. And I'm seeing the love and relationships ball as well. So I wonder if it's going to be someone that they're romantically involved with. Yeah, we've got the attachment charm and the love heart. There's definitely a romantic situation here that's not going to work out well for them. And I don't mean that just to be they're in a romantic relationship and they're going to break up. Like, I'm seeing it as they're in a romantic relationship and that person is seriously toxic, or they're in a romantic relationship where they are just obsessed with that person. It's not a nice energy at all. And we've got the Christmas tree here. So I wonder if they're kind of unraveling when it comes to karma is going to take place around winter time. So don't worry if you're not seeing any changes in their situation right now, because karma sometimes takes a little bit of time. It's rare that you get karma instantly, although I have seen it with some people. So it may be around winter time that this starts to happen for them, or that the effects of their choices really start to show. There's also the hairdryer here, which is talking about someone blowing hot and cold. So it's possible that they are going to be kind of in and out of relationships and never seem to find someone who'll commit to them. It's possible that this is going to be to do with work, that they just can't settle down somewhere and that they keep leaving jobs or being fired from jobs. It's like this sense of like restlessness that I'm getting there. There's the little spoon here, which is saying that things will kind of happen bit by bit. Like, it's not going to be one big moment of all this is crashing down. It's like bit by bit things are going to start unraveling. I don't know why I'm hearing the word unraveling for this particular pile. There's also the pig of abundance. So yeah, they might be born in the Chinese year of the pig, but I think this is going to affect their finances. And there's 2 little pigs here as well. So maybe pig has a meaning for you. Maybe you've called them a pig, or maybe that's just an animal that has some meaning for you. Maybe someone will post below if they do a Google to see what the meaning of pig is spiritually. There's the scissors here as well. So I feel like certain people are going to cut ties with them, whether that's genuine friends or like family members. It feels like someone is going to step away from them and kind of abandon them in a way because of their choices. There's also this flexibility charm. So I feel like they're going to kind of put everything else second to this obsession, whether that's a person or an addiction. It feels like they're going to just be sacrificing everything to this obsession. There's a worry thread here, and there's an owl, which is a symbol of inner wisdom. It's like they're just, this worry is just clouding that. They're not able to hear any guidance. They're not able to focus their mind, and getting like a very restless feeling from them. And the elephant as well is also a wisdom symbol. And then lastly, you've got this charm, Property of Davy Jones, and it's the treasure map. And that's so interesting because of this card that we've got here with X marks the spot. And oh my God, X marks the spot. And we've got so many X letters here. And there's one there as well on this treasure map. That is so crazy. If someone wants to post below and tell me what X means for them, please do let me know, because it feels like it's just popping up all over here. So Property of Davy Jones, when it lands that way rather than on the treasure map, I think that maybe they have been doing something dodgy. Maybe they've been stealing from someone. Maybe they owe money to someone, as I said before, and that person is now going to come to collect. Like, there is just this sense of they're holding on to something that belongs to someone else. So that may even be that they're cheating with someone who has a partner, and that partner is going to come banging on their door. And that has some tie-in with pile 1 as well, because they also got that charm that landed that way up. And I don't think I've ever really seen it that way, maybe once or twice. But it's weird that you've both got that tie-in. So maybe you might want to watch pile 1 if you were feeling drawn to that as well, because it might also give you some little synchronicities. So let's put your dice on top before you do your healing message, because that's also very important that you pick a gnome. So we're going to be rolling dice set number 2, and those are the original story cubes, so these ones. And we're going to roll 3. So if you're new to my channel, I use lots of different divination techniques. I use cards, charms, dice. I would love to get some rune stones as well, but I don't think I could put them all together in one reading, because then we'd just be here like an hour for every reading. But I would love to get some rune stones and learn how to read them. But I do this just so you can see the synchronicities that come up, and I also roll dice to see how many I'm going to roll, because I don't want to roll all 9 in a set if only 3 of them are going to give you an answer. Otherwise it's just going to be confusing and just really not helpful. So pile number 2, this person who's hurt you, what is their karma going to be for doing that? Okay. Yeah, so this fountain is making me think of like abundance as well, and that's suddenly going to end, to shift. We've got another tower here, which is interesting. And I normally take this tower to be quite stable and quite firm. So I wonder if that feeling of stability in their life is suddenly going to crumble. And then we've also got this keyhole here, this lock. So this feeling of they're going to be shut out of something, or something is not going to be available to them anymore, whether that is like in work, in relationships. It's like they're not being allowed into something where previously they would have been. And it's just also making me think of like blockages, just general blockages in their life and in their energy field. So that's what I have for you with the karma. And now you need to go, if you haven't already chosen a gnome, go back to the start of the video and pick one. And if you have chosen one, you remember what he was called, or what order he came in the list, then just go to the comments section or the description box and click on that, because I'm now going to move on to pile number 3. Bye-bye. Hey there, everyone who chose pile number 3 with the cherry thing that goes on a candle. Welcome to the main part of your reading. It's just as important that you get your healing message as well. But this is going to tell you what the person or people's karma is going to be for hurting you. And if you're interested in any of the decks that I use in any of my videos, they're always listed at the bottom of the description box. So we've got the King of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and the Sun. Okay, interesting. Okay, so the way that I feel like this person's going to be affected for hurting you is that I see there being some issue with their finances. Like straight away I'm being drawn to the 4 of Pentacles, and that's making me think of their finances and, you know, their means, their stability when it comes to that flow of wealth. And I'm also seeing the King of Swords, and the King of Swords makes me think of trouble at work. Honestly, the King of Swords for me would be like a boss figure. So maybe they are going to get in trouble with their boss. Maybe they haven't done something properly, or they have been doing something dodgily or kind of underhand, and it's going to be found out, because the King of Swords is also all about truth and in many ways about justice as well. He has that air energy about him. And this does represent all of the air signs, so this person could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you could be. But yeah, I'm seeing there being an issue, possibly at work, that may see them having to change jobs. Maybe they take a pay cut. And with the Sun as well, I'm feeling like their overall happiness is just going to be affected. And I would honestly say it's possible that this person might experience a period of depression, because when I see that Sun, I'm thinking of the happiness, I'm thinking of your self-confidence, and it just seems like that's going to be completely damaged or affected negatively. So let's look at the other cards. So we've got these inner child cards first. And we have the Fairy Godmother, which is the High Priestess. And Aladdin and the Magic Lamp, which is the Magician. Yeah, okay. So this is interesting because these are both kind of like supernatural figures, the fairy godmother and the genie. And also with that King of Swords, it feels like there is someone higher that is going to impose a sense of justice upon them. So I wonder if this is already kind of being worked out in heaven, that they can't escape this justice, whether they think they can or not, no matter how powerful or how clever they think they are. And with that Aladdin card there representing the magician, but also here obviously wishes and manifestation and abundance, I really feel that their outlook on how they thought their life was going to turn out is going to be altered. It feels like if they were going down a quite smooth path now, I'm just seeing this image in my mind of this path, like it's going to fork off. So it's like they want to end up here, and they were going down this path and they were doing really well, and suddenly it's like, nope, you're going here now. And that's what I see happening. I see like there being a change in their career path, or there being a change in their life goals, just because whatever that they wanted to achieve is now no longer attainable for them because of their kind of, if we see it as like negative energy points. Maybe they can achieve it like in the future, but they would have to build up more karma points. And yeah, that fairy godmother, it's just like that's going to kind of rain down upon them. And also because it's the high priestess card, that's also making me think of like there being an internal shift. So again, it's bringing me back to possible issues with mental health, or just with contentment in yourself. You know, if you haven't got what the high priestess has, then you're quite restless, and you're quite you're just not content with the way that things are, and you're not content just being yourself in life. So let's look at your Les Vampires Oracle card. So this is the one that's on the back of the deck, and it says the past a prison, bitterness, grudge, refusal to let go, and it's number 17. So that's making me think of the star. But this is Miss Havisham from Great Expectations, if you didn't know. And so basically she's kind of trapped in the past. Like she's got this moldy wedding cake there. She's an old woman now, but she still wears this wedding dress because she was meant to get married and she never did. So she is still kind of caught in that sadness of that loss and that grief, and so she just lives every day like this, even though she's become an old woman. And it feels like this person is going to be kind of haunted by the past, and they're going to be unable to let go of issues from the past. So I kind of think that they're going to recognize that what they did, whether they believe in karma or not, they're going to see that like what they did was like a changing point, like it was a catalyst in some way. That was the moment that their path forked off and they started going down a different path that they hadn't wanted to go down. So I'm seeing this person becoming quite bitter and kind of like just feeling that they never got to achieve what they wanted to in life, and that they're just kind of, you know, they feel forsaken in some way. They feel like life has passed them by and they never got to achieve what they wanted. So there's this sense of bitterness and holding a grudge there, not being able to move on from the past. So then we've got these Dixit cards, and these aren't actually oracle cards. They're a game, but I use them as oracle cards. So there's no guidebook or anything. I just have my own meanings for them. So, okay, interesting. So this card, we see it's like two different worlds. We've got the nice, sunny, happy world, and that's all, you know, eco-friendly and natural. And then here we've got the sadness, the darkness, all of the industrial stuff. And normally when I look at this card, I think of like, oh, this seems to be blowing this stuff away. But because we've got the sun there, I'm just thinking like, no, it's gonna blot out the light of the sun. So dark days are descending upon this person. Honestly, that's what I see. And this card, so this is like a little king, and he's been picked up by this stone being who seems to be sentient in some way, who seems to be like a higher power. And that is just, again, tying in with what I was saying. And so I normally see it as being like, oh, this person is chosen, like they're being lifted up. But now I'm thinking it as being like, no, this person's been plucked up and they're like, here he is, or here she is. Like, you can't escape what we're bringing towards you, you know? It's like you're going to be held accountable for what you have done. So that's really interesting imagery there. And then your wisdom of the oracle card is peace, and it's number 23, if that has any meaning for you. And I really equate this in many ways with the death card, because in one of my decks, the death card is called peace. And so it's just this feeling of like something ending and you have to make your peace with it, but it feels like this person won't. Like if they don't get that job that they've always wanted, or their partner leaves them or whatever, they just feel like, well, that's it for me. I will never love again, or I will never put myself out for a job ever again. And it's like they don't make their peace with that. Maybe very much later in life they will, but it seems like they're just going to be, through their own stubbornness, they're going to be restless and they're not going to give themselves any peace. It's really interesting. So I'm going to put your charms on top now, group number 3. And if you have the volume up high, or if you're wearing headphones, you might want to turn the volume down. So group number 3, this person who has hurt you, what is their karma going to be? What's that going to look like for them? Okay, so let's look at the initials. So we've got C, D, N, and O. Okay, so C, D, N, and O. That might have a meaning for you as a word, as someone's initials, as a place name or a company name, for example. But don't worry if it doesn't, it might only be for a few people. So interesting, we've got this angel feather here, and it's like I really feel that there's going to be some kind of divine retribution in a way. It really seems like this is something that comes down from above. Like, as much as it might be humans making the decisions, like not allowing them to get a certain job, or their partner leaving them, it feels like it's something that is caused by the divine. Really, really interesting. So we've also got this tree, and that's one of my symbols for stability and also for growth. So I'm really feeling that their kind of income is going to be shrunk, or it's going to be restricted in some way. There's also this love heart here, so I think it affects their relationships as well. Yeah, so here we've got the car, which is about progress. So that being stilted, we've got the waiting cat here. The key, which is a solution to a problem. And this is interesting in this reading, because this is my like energy stabilization knot. So when we have this thing, like it's so perfectly balanced, and it's talking about stabilizing your energy field. Can't get it to focus. See, this is why I always drop things, because if I hold it like this, then it won't focus. I've got to go like that, but then they often slide off my fingers and it's still not focusing. Well, anyway, it's a protection knot, and like this stabilizing of energy. There's another key there as well. That's interesting. So yeah, it feels like solutions are found to situations that this person has caused, and that stabilizing of the energy field. Like, I think this person has kind of gone through life not really caring about other people, or maybe they've just gone through life being very negative or being very spiteful, and it's like all of that negative energy that's just been radiating from them is now going to be kind of forced back into them, essentially, and that's going to clear up a lot of things for other people. So we've got the skeleton here, the skeleton in the closet. Things from their past, which are very painful, are coming back to them. So this might not even be to do with this particular situation. It might be stuff from further back in their past that's now coming back up, and that they just can't get out of their head. There's also this bird cage, this symbol of being trapped, unable to free yourself from a situation. Got the black obsidian ball as well, which is talking about things that are hidden from you, mysteries, deception. Maybe they're going to be lied to. Maybe they are just going to feel like they never got closure on a certain situation. They never kind of got that clearing up of the situation. There's this little star here, which is winking, telling you to have hope. And this shield as well, this feeling of like being protected, protecting yourself. And one thing that I do want to stress, we've got another star as well, it's nice. It's interesting because that 17 is the number of the star in tarot, and that's where they've both landed. I do want to stress that when people get their negative karma back to them, it's for their highest good. So whether they realize it or not, like that a lot of things that are very negative will happen to them, it is for their highest good, because it is teaching them that that's not how you treat people, or that's not how you go through life, that's not how you think about certain situations, etc. And so it is for their highest good, as much as they may not recognize that at the time. So I've also got this hairdryer here, and this is my symbol for someone who is blowing hot and cold, like unable to really commit to anything, or being very restless, not sure what to make of a certain situation or what to make their mind up for. There's also the calculator here, so maybe this person's very logical, very mathematically or science minded. This also makes me think of working stuff out though, like, you know, trying to come to a decision, trying to figure out what's best for you, and it feels like they can't. Like let's say that they don't get a promotion they were really hoping to get. Suddenly it's like, well, now I don't know what to do, and now I can't decide what I'm going to do moving forward with my life. It's like this feeling of just being lost in many ways, and just being unable to change their situation. We've got the dragon here as well, so they might be born in the year of the dragon. But this is also a sign of something that's very significant. So like I feel it's gonna be quite a big thing for them when it comes. There's blossoming charm as well. So again, that feeling of abundance being quashed, and contentment as well. This cat that's got the cream. So I feel like it's really gonna have an effect on their personal happiness and their mental health. And we've got this trustworthy charm, which is Taurus. So that could be their symbol. And that's come out in one of the other piles as well. But trustworthy is also making me think, because it's landed on trustworthy, that, and I said this to another pile as well, that maybe this person has been thought of as a very good person, or a very like reliable person, especially at work. And suddenly things are going to be revealed about this person that's going to make people think differently about them, and they're going to be like, oh, this person's not very nice, like let's not give them that promotion, or let's not give them that responsibility at work. So let's get your dice now. Okay, so we're using dice number 4, which is the Looney Tunes dice, before you get your healing message. So how many of these dice am I rolling for group number 3? 5, okay. So if you're new to my channel, I use lots of different divination tools to get a full reading, and I really do want some rune stones as well, and to learn how to read those. Although I would maybe have to, you know, not add them on top, but just swap them out for something every now and then, because otherwise we'd be here like a full hour doing one reading. But I just like to see synchronicities in all of the different things. So group number 3, this person that has hurt you, what is their karma going to look like when it comes back to them? Okay, so let me see. Okay, so we've got this person who is like stuck in this sticky substance, and that's like that bird cage, feeling trapped, feeling like they can't pull themselves out of a certain situation. We've got the cheese as well, and when I get that, I think like something stinks. So basically that means that something's not quite right, like this person's been lying, or this person's been cheating, and suddenly someone realizes that something's not quite right, something stinks, and so they figure it out, essentially. There's also the telephone, this old-fashioned telephone, making me think of communication. So maybe a certain truth about them, because we've got this secrecy charm is going to be found out and everyone's going to know about it, or maybe they are going to find out something that they are going to be very unhappy with, maybe about the person that they love, or maybe about an issue from their past. There's this catapult as well, which is making me think this person is going to feel very targeted. Like they're going to be like, well, what have I done wrong? I'm a great person. Why is all this happening to me all of a sudden? Like I think this person has quite a big ego, if I'm honest. From what I'm seeing from the cards, it's kind of giving me the sense that this person has a very high opinion of themselves. And then we've got this window. And that makes me think like when God closes a door, he opens a window. So when one situation turns out not to be an opportunity for you, there's still another opportunity somewhere else. But this person won't see that. Like this person's just going to stay in that feeling of, oh, well, I never got that thing that I always wanted. And so now I'm too damaged to ever push myself forward and do something about it. Like they're just going to stay wallowing for a very, very, very long time is what I'm seeing. So that's what I've got for you about their karma, group number 3. So now you need to go, if you haven't picked a gnome, you need to go back to the front of the video and choose one. If you have and you remember what he's called or which order he comes in, then just go to the comment section or the description box and just jump to that gnome. I'm going to start with Gismund now. Hey there, if you chose Gismund as your gnome, or maybe you chose more than one, then this is your healing message. So we're going to look in the gnome bag, and there's just one card today. There's no gnome tarot or anything, because I just think that these cards are so powerful on their own that they don't need anything else. So this is your healing message from Goddess Isis, which your gnome has picked out for you today. And it is Key of Life, and it says spinning the ankh, the key of life. And so the ankh is this symbol that you've probably seen before, which is a symbol of immortality in ancient Egypt. And I just love, love, love the artwork on this deck. So I'm going to read from the guidebook because Alana Fairchild's decks are incredible, and the way she writes her guidebooks is so powerful. So she says it much better than I could. So it says, the key of life is the mysterious ankh, the looped cross held in the hand of Isis. This mystery is opening to you now. The ankh portends new life being born through you now. It could be in a creative sense or in a physical sense, in terms of health, or even a child that wishes to be born, or a new project that needs to be created in service to humanity. This new life being born in whatever form will enrich your life, bringing you into more wholeness and fulfillment. Let it happen. The ankh comes as blessing and confirmation that new life is seeking to express itself through you now, an encouragement that you allow this to occur. Something has started to be born through you at this time. See it through, beloved. Don't let it struggle to survive from lack of attention or care, or a belief that it will not be enough in any way, or it will be too hard to handle once it is created. The ankh says that life will prevail and your creation will come to pass. Do not give up on your creative destiny. Stay with it. You are flowing in the right direction, and you have spiritual support from the unseen worlds. If you are unsure of what your creative destiny may be, or unaware of the exact nature of the new life being born through you now, remember that sometimes the creation will be a project or object, a relationship or a new human life. Sometimes it is even a new way of thinking that is wise and heart-centered and will be available for others to draw nourishment from as an alternative to more destructive and addictive thought patterns, which humans can struggle with from time to time. There is one creative process common to all of humanity, and that is the birthing of the soul light into form. No matter what other forms of life are being created through you now, the mystery of the ankh reveals that you can know for sure that you are growing spiritually at this time to allow more of your soul light into your life. What this means is that no matter what the appearance of circumstance in your life right now, no matter whether you feel alive with creative flow, energized and happy, or whether you are in despair as your old world no longer brings you peace or seems to be falling away, your divine soul is behind it and new life is emerging. It is safe to trust and allow this process to unfold. This oracle brings a special message to those on the creative path already. If you have hit a blank page or a dry well for inspiration, if you are encountering doubt in your ability to create and flow, do not despair. The Ankh promises fresh inspiration will return to you, and you can be assured that just as the Nile floods, filled with life after it has receded, so too will your creative flow soon return. Your creative days are not over. Your creative well will rise again, and you will feel youthful, energized, and full of hope and promise, inspired to create. Be patient and trust in your own creative and spiritual rhythms. It's such a beautiful message. So I'm feeling that a lot of you are already creating something. Maybe you paint or write or draw or sing or dance. Maybe you play an instrument. Maybe there's something that's more abstract that you are creating. Maybe some of you are pregnant and you're dealing with the aftermath of someone leaving you, or just like a really difficult situation, maybe at work or in family or in friendships. But this is saying that you have this creative power within you and new life is coming. And that's so beautiful, this sense of this entire new emergence into the world. So that's your healing message, is to allow that creativity to help you move forward and to heal from this situation, and also not to fight it. Like, even if you're having writer's block, or you're having just a difficult time being inspired, or you feel like you're so upset that you can't possibly create, she was saying, listen to the rhythms of your body and your creative flow, and know that just as there are times when there is an ebb in your flow, there will also be a flow. You know, there is that ebb and flow, there is that high tide and low tide, and it's this cycle in life. And it may be connected to the moon, it may be connected to your own cycles and hormones and just general moods, it may be connected to the seasons, but there's always this cyclical journey in life. And so if you're having that difficult time creatively, just know that the inspiration will come back as well, and that new things are on their way for you. And it's so positive that it really seems that you are transforming spiritually at this time and really developing in that way. So kudos to you, Gismund's group. That's really, really lovely. So thank you so much for joining me today, and do please take this message of healing on board and make your peace with this situation moving forward. It's been an honor for me to pass these messages on to you and to help you with your healing journey. If you want a private reading, the link to my Etsy page is in the description box. And if you would like to help out my channel, thank you so much. I have a PayPal link for donations. I have an Amazon wish list for anyone who would like to send me a new deck for the channel. And of course, I would love it if you would check out my Patreon page. We do exclusive picker cards and posts about spirituality over there. You get to vote for which new decks we're going to use on the channel. There's also a monthly giveaway at the end of each month to win a reading with me. So do check it out. There might be some stuff you enjoy over there and some things that you really click with. And I will see you again soon. Bye bye. Hey there everyone who chose Gunvald as their gnome. Welcome to the second part of your reading, which is your healing message. So we're going to look in the gnome bag, and you're going to get just one card today, no gnome tarot or anything, because these cards are so powerful that I didn't see the need to add anything else. So let's see, this is your healing message from Goddess Isis that your gnome has chosen for you. And it is Rising Sun, and it says the Divine Solar Child Reborn. Okay, that's really, really beautiful. So I'm going to read from the guidebook, because if you've been around my channel for any period of time, you'll know that I just love Alana Fairchild's decks, and the way she writes her guidebooks is just so powerful and empowering that I have to just read, because she can say it far better than I can. So it says, a dark phase and struggle is over. A new phase is upon you, one of hope, glory, light, and triumph. It is one through boldness and persistence. Even when you felt like giving up, you chose to stay strong, to surrender to the divine and continue with the path. You have been through much, and now victory is upon you, beloved. For the divine solar child, a new consciousness within you is born. As we journey into the ancient feminine, there are many, many times when we meet her dark face. We must be patient, accepting, and allowing. Often what we meet are the difficulties of birth, literal and symbolic. We might feel great emotional or physical pain, spiritually bereft, alone and yearning for deeper union. perhaps even wondering if what you seek could be a genuine experience or if it is the stuff of daydreams and fantasies. During times of despair and struggle, we come back to our hearts, searching for faith within, searching for signs to support us as we take the long journey down the spiritual birth canal into love and even greater expression. It might take us weeks, months, or many, many years to birth ourselves over and over again into more of our divine essence. Some birthing processes that are deeply profound will feel as though they take most, if not all, of our lifetime on this planet. At another level, many lifetimes will constitute one birth process. However, no matter how much we encounter the inner workings of the womb of the divine feminine, there are always moments of entering the light of birth into a new world, as a new being, into a reality transformed. These moments are precious and herald the beginning of a new level of divinity expressed, often in deeply creative new ways. The divine solar child being born brings new light into your life, likely to express itself in multiple forms. Revived and new relationships, new inspiration and opportunities in your work and spiritual life, more love and enjoyment, new or more energized community, greater well-being and experience in your body, creative abilities that you didn't even realize you had opening up effortlessly as you surrender to allow the body and creative faculty to flow. These are some of the gifts that are given to you by the universe at the cosmic baby shower for the birth of the divine sun child. The sweetness of the gifts of this new life make all that came before so sacred and worthwhile. To honor and accept the past and the courage it required of us, and yet to accept that it is now time to turn our face to the light and partake of the fruits of our inner labors is what this oracle ordains. Symbolized by the headdress of cow horns with a golden disc within, worn by Egyptian goddesses including Isis, and the symbolism of Isis nursing her divine son child Horus at her breast, that's what is on this card. The oracle of the rising sun brings with it a new day, a new dawn, a breakthrough, the end of a struggle, and the genuine and stable birth of optimism and hope for you now. That's a really, really beautiful and powerful message. So definitely the dark times are over and you are coming into the light is what this card is saying. It's also a good message for anyone who is creative in any way. If you have any kind of creative hobby or project that you want to bring about, it looks like that is going to start taking a really positive turn. And so you have blessings not only of Isis but also of Horus here as well, her beautiful son who sees everything from the sky. That's why he has that hawk head. So really, really beautiful message, and it looks like you're going to be moving forward into a much better life. And I feel like actually this life is going to be so different from the one that you've been living that you're kind of not going to be able to recognize it or not going to be able to believe it. Like, I'm feeling that maybe you'll be wondering what is the catch. So if all of this is going so well, there's got to be something that's going to start going horribly wrong, you know? But I don't see that with this message. So do allow this to happen. Do open yourself up to these beautiful things that are coming your way. Don't fight it. Don't try and stay in the past. Make your peace with this situation now, especially now that you know what is coming to the other person or people that were involved, and just allow yourself to move on. So I really, really want to say thank you for joining me today. It's been such an honor for me to give you these healing messages and to help you on your journey of healing from this situation and just in general as well. Thank you so much for joining me and for giving me your support. Don't forget to like and comment below if you enjoyed this video, and share with a friend as well if you think that they could benefit from it. If you'd like to book a private reading, the link to my Etsy page is in the description box. Or if you want to show some support for the channel, thank you so, so much. I have my Patreon page, which I would love it if you would check it out. We do exclusive picker cards over there, as well as a monthly giveaway to win a reading with me. And you also get to vote on things like which new decks we're going to get for the channel each month. And I've just knocked the camera, sorry. But yeah, there's a load of like fun stuff over there. So if you check it out, I'm also trying to make it more about spirituality more generally. So, you know, posting things about that, making it more interactive. So there might be some stuff over there that you enjoy. I also have a PayPal link for donations and tips, which I would really love if anyone is feeling generous and wants to donate. Or of course, if you're really feeling generous, I have an Amazon wish list if you'd like to get a new deck for the channel. thank you for even considering that. That would be so great. And have a lovely rest of your day. I'll see you again soon when I post another video. I've also recently made playlists for the videos so that you can find them more easily in certain categories. Take care of yourselves, Gunvald's group, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hey there everyone who chose Geir as their gnome. This is your healing message, so we're going to look in the gnome bag and see what is there. Now there's only one card today, so there's no gnome tower or anything like that, because I just genuinely thought that these cards, they're powerful enough to only need one card. So this is your healing message from the goddess Isis, which your gnome has chosen for you today, and it is abundance of Sothis, stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. So really, really beautiful. I'm going to read from the guidebook, because if you've been around my channel for any period of time, you know how much I love Alana Fairchild and all of her decks, and the way she writes her guidebooks is just inspiring and empowering. So abundance of Sothis, and Sothis is the kind of Egyptian Greek name for Sirius, which is I think it's the brightest star in the sky, or it's certainly one of them. So it says, abundance in many forms is flowing to you now, beloved. Intend right now to receive it. Just decide to do so in your heart this very moment. The oracle of the abundance of Sothis comes as guidance to expect increased flow and to continue your good works of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsively flowing to you in many forms over and over again. And I like that word responsively there, because we're dealing with karma, and this is just saying, like, when you put out, you also get it returned to you. So it says, abundance comes to you now, dear initiate. If you have been through a time of restricted circumstances, materially, financially, socially, in terms of health or relationships, opportunities, fun, or friendship, then this oracle indicates that the tide is turning, and an upsurge of wealth, health, abundance, and more are coming to you now. After an experience of restriction, perhaps for a prolonged period, you will now very much enjoy this new and improved flow of energy, support, compensation, and reward. With your heart open, your many channels ready to receive the influx of abundance, and your innate belief that you are worthy to receive, you attract great support from the universe now. Channels for receiving grace in all its forms are created when you follow your heart and do your part to be ready and prepared to receive. Preparation is an important part of abundance in all its forms, and you can enjoy your abundance to the fullest extent when there are containers for it to be held within. Those containers will be practical ways for wealth and other forms of abundance, such as great relationships, to be a part of your world. Your channels might include new creative works being formed, seeking networking opportunities with others in your field so that there are ways for people to find you and the work that you offer, for example, or joining classes or groups that allow you to meet others, following up your intuition or instincts in even small, seemingly unrelated situations. The containers will be created not only from the practical steps that you take, but from the intention, vibration, and resonance behind them, which means your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes all count. If your desired abundance is wealth, then start to really shift your identity and thoughts from a place of restriction to a place of relaxation and willingness to take care of your money, so that you create a strong container for the flow of abundance to reach you. If you desire a loving soulmate relationship or deeper friendships, becoming more of the person that you wish to experience in others, as well as affirming that you have value and much to offer and are willing and worthy of receiving from others, will create powerful channels through which you can receive the abundance of love and good community that Sothis can bring to you. The goddess of celestial abundance, shining stellar mother Sothis, will bless you with all you can possibly receive, so allow yourself to act in faith, be brave, and take steps to ready yourself right now. Make sure you harvest your crops to create even more channels through which abundance can flow to you, clearing out the old, completing and preparing the right crops for nourishment. This may mean revising, finishing, and bringing to fruition old projects, or deciding to let them go completely if they do not feel right to pursue any further. It might mean seeking fresh input or collaboration on certain projects, or feeling any sadness, guilt, grief, or anger over unfinished projects and letting them go completely. There may be still other projects that you feel in your heart are right for you, but not just now, and so they are released to percolate further in the cosmic womb. With this greater creative clarity and organization, your channels for abundance will be clearer and more receptive, and so this will have all the more room in which to bless and fill you. This oracle wishes to bring you great blessing. That's such a beautiful message. And I love that it has that wheat sheaf there, because I also have a charm which is a wheat sheaf, and that is also a symbol of abundance for me, because it's that feeling of harvesting what you've put out, you get it back. So again, that feeling of karma. And I think most of you who've chosen this, if you've picked this card, I think that you probably are a starseed. So if you don't know what a starseed is, I would recommend maybe Googling that and seeing if that resonates with you, because that might also help you on your life journey if you feel that resonates and you feel that that really explains a lot of things about your life. So Google starseed, it's one word, if you don't know what that is and you'd like to learn more. But it does seem that a lot of good things are coming for you if you've chosen this pile, and it feels like there was a big emphasis there on opening yourself and allowing yourself to receive that. I like what the card was saying about containers. So basically elsewhere in the deck there are cards that say, as much as we might want to receive higher channeling from the divine, if we are not ready to do that yet, if we don't know how to do it, or if we are not at a high enough vibration within ourselves, then it will just damage us to receive such a high download or such a high concentration of energy from above. So, making yourself ready for that is also very important. So thank you so much for joining me today, Gaia's group. It's been honestly an honor to give you these messages, and I really hope that you can now make your peace with this situation and move forward with this lovely healing message that you've received today. And just thank you for being here, honestly, everyone who's felt guided to watch this video and everyone who is subscribed to me as well. But even if you're not subscribed to me, just thank you for coming and listening and being open to receiving this message, because in whatever situation you've been through, being open to hearing about healing and being open to thinking about moving forward, that's the hardest thing. That's the first big step, just accepting that and being aware of that. So thank you for being here. If you would like a private reading, the link to my Etsy page is in the description box. Don't forget to like and comment below. Let me know how it resonated. Also share with a friend if you feel that this could be a helpful video for them. And if you want to support my channel, thank you so much. I would love it if you would check out my Patreon page. We do exclusive picker cards over there, as well as a monthly giveaway to get a free reading with me. There's also just general posts about spirituality, and you get to vote on things like which new decks we're going to get for the channel. So it's quite interactive and fun, and just as it's growing, I'm seeing a lot more interaction on there, and it's really lovely getting to know people over there. If you'd like to make a one-off donation, I have a PayPal link in the description as well, and also my Amazon wishlist. Thank you so much for everyone who considers doing that, because it really helps out my channel, and it's just so lovely to see you sending some gratitude my way in that way. So thank you again for joining me. Have a lovely rest of your day, Gaia's group, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hi there everyone who chose Gjord as their gnome. Welcome to your healing message. So this is just as important as the first part of the reading. And we're looking in the gnome bag, and today we've only got one card, no gnome tarot or anything like that, because I think that these cards are so powerful on their own that we didn't need anything else adding to it. So this is your healing message from Goddess Isis, which your gnome has picked out for you today. And this is the Temple of Black Obsidian. It says the Dark Healing Chamber. Wow, this is a really powerful card. And I love the artwork on this deck. And what I love about these particular cards, because I think there are 3 temple cards, is that it honestly looks like it could be a photo. Like, it's drawn that well that it looks like it's a photo. So I'm going to read from the guidebook, because if any of you have been around for any period of time on my channel, then you'll know how much I love Alana Fairchild. And the way she writes her decks, her guidebooks, is just so empowering. And I couldn't say it any better than she has. So I'm going to read it out to you now. So Temple of Black Obsidian, the Dark Healing Chamber. It says, "Beloved initiate, the most challenging task is not to confront an external enemy, but to take courage in both hands and journey within, to meet our own dark self and begin the healing task of bringing love, acceptance, and light to it. That is the sacred purpose of any enemy, within or without. It is to bring us more deeply into our own being as we seek to find and heal the darkness within." The Temple of Black Obsidian is a ruthlessly honest place of raw love and healing, truly profound and lasting. Deep relief and transformation can occur here. Black Obsidian is protective and revealing. It will prevent harm from external or internal forces, but it will also reveal that which has been lurking in the shadows of the self, trying to avoid being brought out into the open for fear of condemnation. The biggest challenge we face in entering the Temple of Black Obsidian is our own unwillingness to love and accept all parts of us. The initiate who is invited to enter the Temple of Black Obsidian enters into his or her own shadow, the part of us that is hidden from our own awareness and is usually only experienced in relationship to others, quite often as projection. Lady Isis, as the Dark Priestess of the Temple of Black Obsidian, invites you now to confront the parts of your own ego that you have denied previously. Why? Because in doing so you will gain more freedom, come to know yourself more wholly, and you will find that life experiences, opportunities, relationships, and breakthroughs that you have not been able to reach will suddenly become available to you. The dark chamber always leads to the light chamber, but one cannot avoid the initiation of the Temple of Black Obsidian on the pathway to more light. Isis will assist you in preparing for this journey by encouraging you to not allow yourself to become your own worst enemy. Most of the fear we have before the dark chamber of healing is the fear of our own self-criticism and rejection. Isis declares that readiness for the dark chamber requires a willingness to exercise non-judgment, compassion, and a readiness to accept the self in all expressions. To safely enter the dark chamber and be healed, you must be prepared to give yourself love unconditionally. You must be able to recognize judgments that you hold towards yourself not as truths, but as old patterning. This is why the successful initiation of the dark chamber is a truly advanced stage of soul development. The heart has become willing to love unconditionally, and the initiate must be able to witness feelings that arise with confidence, kindness, and acceptance, but not fall into them. Do not be overwhelmed, crushed, or deflated by any darkness found within. It is worth the challenge because finding peace from pain, self-criticism, self-doubt, fear, and self-judgment through healing in this temple is a gift beyond measure. And that is so, so beautiful. There is actually a recording of the meditation that accompanies this card because nearly all of the cards in this deck have a meditation that goes with them. That's how thorough this woman is. I love her. I would love to meet her someday and just say thank you for the amazing decks that she's put out there. But this meditation has actually been recorded by Alana Fairchild and it's beautiful. It's available on YouTube and I will link it in the description box because I think it's so important for anyone who's chosen this pile to go and see that. I've done that meditation so many times myself just because it's so lovely and it just gives you this really gentle feeling of self-love and acceptance. And so even if you're not going through like an extremely rough time, it can be nice just for that little pick-me-up and just that kind of feeling of wholeness within yourself again. So this card is really encouraging you to do that self-healing and to not look at yourself with judgment or with a feeling of shame or fear. Because often when we start doing healing, it throws back a load of stuff from our past, from previous relationships, from our childhood, even from previous lifetimes, and it can feel very confronting and it can feel very scary and painful in many ways, and it can be quite distressing. So this is saying, this healing meditation, it will help you to look at yourself and to look at the past without feeling confronted and without feeling that gut instinct of fear or of judgment or of pain or shame or bitterness or anything like that. It's to find peace within yourself and send love to yourself in all your forms. It's really, really beautiful. So I will link that in the description for you. But I want to say thank you so, so much for joining me today. Whether you're subscribed to me or not, it has been such an honour to give you these healing messages and to help you move forward. I really hope now that you can make your peace with this situation and use this healing message to move forward and become more whole and more happy and more confident in your life. If you would like a private reading with me, the link to my Etsy page is also in the description box. And if you want to help out the channel, thank you so much. I will link my Patreon page in the description box, and I would love it if you would check that out. We do exclusive picker cards over there, as well as monthly giveaways to win a reading with me. I also post about spirituality more generally, and there is the option to vote for things like all of the new decks that we get for the channel. Every month I put up a poll and you can choose which tarot deck we're going to get or which oracle deck. Usually there's both now, there's both options. Or if you would like to make a one-off donation, thank you again for your generosity. I have a PayPal link for tips and small donations to the channel. I also have an Amazon wish list for decks that I would really love to get for the channel for anyone who is feeling generous and would like to send me one. Give me an email or let me know in the comments that you'd like to send me a deck so that we can chat beforehand, because A, I would like to get to know you a little bit better, and B, I would just like to kind of figure out where you're going to send it, just because it's like I'm kind of in the process of moving and it's better if I can give you that specific place. So have a lovely rest of your day, Gjord's group. Shine as you move forward, take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.